There was the problem. Okay. Okay, good. You're EP now?
I'm eating now.
Oh.
I'll wake up, don't worry.
Say what?
I'll wake up, don't worry.
This movie was so mid. This movie was just...
Have we got any people here yet?
What?
Is there any people
I don't even know if there are. Like, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm just going for it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Void. We screaming.
Hello. Yeah. This movie was so fucking mid. Arden's here. You know what? That's good enough.
Hi, Frayne.
Oh. Okay. Anyways. What do we really have to say about this?
That it was actively boring.
This movie, there's like, I'm sorry, there's nothing about it that's really all that interesting.
Here's what I will say.
Yeah.
Let's get the positives out of the way.
Fair enough.
So I think they were at least trying to play a little bit with visuals. A little bit. They had
not really
like slightly more than Star Wars may typically do sometimes.
I don't think so. This whole movie reminded me of like Return of the Jedi in a way.
You know what? Not just visuals, right? Aesthetics, right?
Yeah, I would argue aesthetics.
Broad aesthetics.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about the fucking electronica fucking music for the city, but we'll go with it.
For fucking New York.
It was like, oh, we're in edgy dark, like, you know, dystopia, electronica, mafia-owned cyberpunk land.
Yeah.
And it was like, let's have electronica music.
But for some reason, it has a fucking fighting pit.
But, like, the electronica doesn't really lean us. Like, it doesn't meld into any of the rest of the score. It's just like, oh, electronica.
Oh, yeah. We just all of a sudden decided to do this. God, here's the basic plot. I don't even want to go into detail because I just don't care. Like, basic plot is that Mando is looking for an Imperial officer. He has to work with the Hutts to find this officer. The Hutts want Rada the Hutt from fucking Clone Wars.
No, I'm sorry, Rabba.
No, it's Rada.
Is it Rada?
Yeah, it's Rada. It's two T's.
I was thinking it was Rabba this entire time.
No, it's Rada. Rada the Hutt, Jabba's son from the hit movie Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Boy, you know what? This movie was directed by Dave Filoni, and Filoni was the one who made the Clone Wars. So he cannot go a single movie without one of his glup shittos appearing. And Rada the Hutt is that glup shitto. Anyways, they get Rada, but he tells them he doesn't want to be part of Jabba's empire, or he doesn't want to be the successor to Jabba. They find the Imperial officer and they release Rada, but oh no, Mando fucked over the Hutts. So,
except for whatever reason, like, you know, fucking Sigourney Weaver is surprisingly not very mad.
No!
She's just like, oh, you didn't do that? Oh, I guess that's your decision. And then just sort of deals with it. And he goes, oh, I don't need to be paid. And she goes, oh, okay then. It's just like the most, it's like, there's no, I don't understand why she's not pissed off. It was the most confusing moment of my... I mean, I get it.
They fucked over the Hutt cartel. Like, you do not do that.
Like, I know that he jumped to, like, the final piece. You know, he did get the big guy that they needed.
Yeah.
So I get, like, that she's not completely pissed. But it would be, like, only for getting... It literally should have been a scene where she's like, the only reason I am not, like... whooping your ass is because you brought me him. You understand me, okay? We're in deep shit. Like
fucking.
But no, she's just like, oh, okay.
Go on, little old grandma. I don't care.
Our connections to the Hutts that all our intelligence.
Why are you talking? Why are you making her sound like she's this old British cauliflower lady?
I don't know. She's like talking about how carefully intelligence have managed to create connections to the Hutts. But then just like, oh, but like she's not annoyed that that's been ruined. She just doesn't care.
It is. This movie is baffling. It's more
There's like no tension for 99% of the movie.
The
only tension.
The amount of times Mando fucks up, but like here's the thing.
Like,
On
obvious,
its like hold on, I want to say something.
Sorry.
On its own, in its own self-contained environment, yes. Does this all work? Yes. But for anyone with a cursory knowledge of the Star Wars universe, no matter how much Disney fucked it up, go ahead.
Well, also anyone with a knowledge of like, oh, we need basic storytelling requires for there to be conflict for anyone to care. Like, there's no conflict. There's nothing happening.
Yeah. There's no
emotional conflict. You can create just a little bit more conflict with people being slightly more mad at each other for reasonable reasons. You know, like that's all you got to do, and then it's okay.
The worst part is when Sigourney Weaver at the end of the movie is just kind of saying to the Mandalorian, "Oh, we learned that the Hutts were playing both sides," and I'm like, "No shit."
When it was like, you were right, the Hutts were playing both sides, and it's like, what kind of reveal is this?
Yeah.
Is this a reveal? Like, literally, not to, to get into a little bit more, but Rada is like literally supposed to be a subversion of the Hutts because he's not like them.
He's not fat. He's fucking has a six-pack.
He's really scary, actually. He gave me God Emperor of Dune vibes, and it scared the shit out of me. But he's like this friendly guy, and he loves Grogu, and they're like friends and stuff, and he's like, got an American accent and speaks English,
Yeah, they don't... The Hutts sometimes speak Huttese. Ready for my review? I'm not watching this shit. Mike drops and leaves.
Fair enough. But, like, you know what? If the other Hutts had just remained speaking Huttese, and it was just Rada had just, like, changed language that he was using, fine.
Yeah.
Like, that's whatever.
I should have known Pizza Hut was playing both sides. That's not even a plot twist. That's
It's
just
like
what they do.
But the point is, like, if he's supposed to be a subversion of that, then which he clearly is, it should be obvious that they're going to do that. So why are we surprised? Sigourney Weaver, why are we surprised?
Well, actually, Raptor, Leia killed Rada's dad. Rada was fucking kidnapped again at some point. Like, I don't know if it was before or after Jabba died, but he was kidnapped again for some reason and became like a gladiator. For like 20 minutes, this movie turns into Thor Ragnarok, where Rada the Hutt is playing the role of fucking Hulk.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
Oh my god.
Like, yeah, that was a bit random. I mean, and also it was resolved really easily because they put they capture Mando when he's trying to save
Rada, yeah.
Sorry. And like, so they put the most obvious thing happens. They put Mando up against him in the fighting pit, and it's like a really short fight with barely like no tension. And then Mando like wins the fight, but says I yield so that neither.
So Rada's contract as a fighter is up, and then the bad guy just goes, "Well,
you're gonna die anyway.
You're gonna die anyways," and they summon all of the jock board monsters from episode 4.
But not just that, he literally says, Roger is free to die, and it's like really stupid.
Yeah. We should make Becca won't play KOTOR 2.
I know.
But the funny thing is,
super villain shit ever. It's so stupid. Like, why would you outwardly say that? I have a big problem with the dialogue in this movie too. It is so clunky. Like, why?
Lucas was writing better dialogue.
Lucas was writing better dialogue. It was fucking obnoxious.
Raptor, that is some bullshit. Mando. How would I even describe Mando and Grogu in this movie?
Okay.
Mando is just, you know what? When Mando first came out and I did not know who Pedro Pascal was, it was decent. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is who this character is. But now that Pedro Pascal has like become, I wouldn't call him a star, just the token.
Well,
You
he's
hold on. I got something for this.
okay.
The token male lead, for lack of a better phrase,
What was he? They
Mando season 1 was also so awful.
I
I haven't seen it in years. I don't remember. I liked it. It was okay when I first watched it. I don't remember.
I can't imagine it was as bad as this. I think the
Yeah.
thing about Pedro Pascal, because he's become more of a face in Hollywood, is the Hollywood effect
Yeah.
of like, oh, now like we need to build the character around the actor thing because he's more of a face. When he was a bit more of an unknown, like that he could just embody the character and it didn't matter that he was playing it. Now it's like it's Pedro Pascal, which is probably why they gave him so much fucking dialogue.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
talked
God.
a lot in this
And
movie.
every time he talks, no, almost every time he uses more than one word in a sentence, he like ruins a moment
Yeah.
that could have been a beautiful silent moment. But no, we're making stupid, clunky pieces of fucking one-liners, and it's just awful.
They also, not speaking of the Mandalorian, they abuse the fuck out of the Mando theme song. There's like 4 or 5 different renditions of this theme song in 4 or 5 different situations. There is not a lot of original music in this movie, save for like the techno punk music in the city. And even then, that may have been another rendition of the Mando theme, and I didn't notice it. What Are You Waiting For was delivered with the same enthusiasm as an old man waking up. It is just.
Oh, the worst line of dialogue, by the way,
Mhm.
was Mandalorian going. What did he say about seatbelts? The fucking seatbelt line.
Put on your seatbelt.
Oh, you should always make sure you wear your seatbelt. It's like, oh my God. But like the thing is, it was really out of place and stupid. Like, I mean, I get what they were doing because earlier on, right at the beginning of the movie, he's like making sure Grogu
Be seatbelted, yeah.
is buckled in, and that's a sweet thing. Obviously, that's actual parenting moment, which there's very little in this. Most of the time, he's just dragging this child around dangerous places.
Yeah.
Which I'm not. Just leave him in the ship, mate. Like, if you're a single parent, you've got to look after this baby.
Jesus.
Leave it in the fucking ship.
Hold on. Jesus fuck, Ninja. That's awful. I'm glad you're alright, but Jesus. My God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay.
I'm glad you're alright.
Fucking hell.
But
no. Anyway.
But
like, point is, he's like, you know, he straps him in, and then later on they're like flying off, and he expects.
I know I have these on. I'm not listening to anything.
I was gonna say he expects Grogu to have learned, therefore, to do it.
Take it down.
Sorry, hang on. Oh my God, he expects Grogu to have then like learnt, to just do it himself. But although yes, Grogu's like abilities are like
they're inconsistent.
They're very inconsistent, but like for the most part, especially at the beginning of the movie, presented as basically 3-year-old who doesn't understand the meaning of always do X at particular moments. He's sort of like, you know, so like the fact that he just like starts flying the plane and then turns around and Grogu's not got his seatbelt and he's like, you should always put your seatbelt on. And it's like, guy, should we sit down and talk about parenting? Because what you do is, even if your child might know how to do it, at that age, at that point of development, you plug them in yourself. You do their own seatbelt.
Becca,
Jesus Christ! Like, but the point.
Take it down.
I'm sorry. Hang on.
I'm right next to you.
I know, but I'm losing my trail now.
Bad parenting.
But yeah. Hang on, just let me.
She's getting passionate about the lack of parenting.
No. Well, the point is, like, they're trying to make the emotional line of this movie be about him looking after Grogu and Grogu looking after him, except they don't have time for that for the most part. And the time they do have is really examples like this of, oh, it's supposed to be that he cares about him, but he's like a shit parent. Because he doesn't understand how to parent this child. Like, you know? And it's just like, it's paid for laughs. But he's kind of just not very good at it. And honestly, you sort of feel a bit empty in their relationship for the entirety of, like, most of the movie until you get to the point where, like, Grogu's looking after him. And that's a really sweet thing because Grogu's actually trying really hard to make sure he's alive and shit, and it's really adorable. And you actually, because you start to feel like, oh, this little baby is working really hard, you start caring about whether Mando's okay because you're worried, because it would make Grogu sad. So you only care about the parenting that way round. And so when then then fucking Mando's like fucking awake. Grogu wakes up and Mando's awake and he's like, oh, and he comes out of his little cave and he sees Mando stood up, right? They had the opportunity, if we're getting back to the fucking my previous comment.
About too much dialogue,
Yes.
Mando talking too
Yeah.
much.
Mando turns around and first line he says is, hey kiddo, and that's really sweet. Just cut there. Maybe have Grogu run up to him, give him a hug. There'd be like, maybe a little sunrise
Yeah.
aesthetic shots. It'd be really sweet. Rising music. Adorable. Perfect. Very good emotional beat. Even if a lot of the movie's not been good. But that would have been great. No. Instead, he makes this really clunky fucking thing. Like, Grogu just stands there and he just goes, oh, the old take care of the young, so the young can take care, and the young take care of the old. That's the way of things. And it's just like,
That is the way.
that is the way. And it's just like, shut up. That was the most stupid, and you just ruined an emotional beat. It was so fucking stupid. And I was like, this is the only part of the movie I've liked. I'm sorry, I'm shouting. But
Yeah, you are.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, right in my ear.
I'm sorry. I've got. You want me to have emotions about this or not? You want this to be entertaining to the people or not?
Grogu's older than the man. Oh my god, he is. You're right. Because he was at the Jedi Temple. I forgot about that.
But we're talking developmentally, so whatever. Like, if you've got like I know they keep referring to Grogu like he's young, and that Mando is old, but like, whatever.
But okay, there's a lot more problems with this movie. There are so many continuity issues in this movie. Like, for example, Mando's kidnapped at one point and the Razor Crest is parked on his house next to, I guess, Mustafar. I don't know what the planet's called. But then later in the movie, he's kidnapped. No one took the Razor Crest in this time, but when they get back to the Rebel base, the Razor Crest is there waiting for them, and I'm like, I turn to Becca and I go, how did that get there?
Wait, did the little guys bring it?
No, remember they were in the small ship.
Oh, they still brought the small ship.
Yeah, they were in the small ship.
I just wanted to double check it wasn't the little guys.
What?
Yeah, like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, the continuity is the continuity, and there's a lot of continuity errors and
yeah,
stuff.
there really is.
Honestly, I really think like you can have continuity errors in an otherwise good movie.
Yeah.
But the thematic, like, beat to beat, the actual like ABC that we're actually trying to tell as a story isn't even there. Like,
no.
And that's the bit that, like, yes, you build continuity around that, but that's like the core of your story. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying to make a commentary about like taking care of each other, but they don't have time for it because they're too busy talking about remnants of the Empire, so they're just calling it the Empire, not even the First Order.
Hail the Empire.
They're just calling it the Empire, and it's like, but it's not the Empire anymore, because there is no fucking Empire anymore. Stupid, but like, whatever. Like, they can't be bothered to come up with a world building.
Becca cannot stand to see stories being destroyed like this.
I can't stand lazy fucking world building and also lazy character building.
Speaking of world building,
yeah.
I think Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni got confused at what world building was, because they show so much food in this movie. Like, more food than I have ever seen shown in Star Wars. We literally watch an entire, what was it? Like, not even a grilled cheese sandwich, but like a patty melt being made by an alien.
I mean, it's all
Grogu is a fucking glutton in this movie. He just does not stop eating.
Grogu's a growing boy, okay?
He's a growing boy of 48.
I know, but he's a growing boy. He needs social food. But, he's eating little snacks and stuff. And then, to be fair, it is cute, but there is a lot of fucking food in this movie.
Every time he's on screen, he's eating something.
And what I will say is a little moment where, like, obviously that's noticed as, like, a trait of Grogu's, and, fucking, oh my god, I've forgotten his name again.
Who?
The hut.
Oh,
Fun hut.
Rada. Rata.
Rota.
Rada the Hut.
Okay, I thought it was a D this whole time. Yeah, Rota is like, um, notices this because he's kind of being friends with Grogu, I guess. I don't know. They have like a reference to Lion King.
Yeah, where he's sleeping on Rada's belly like it's
Timon and
Simba
Pumbaa.
with Timon and Pumbaa.
It's kind of funny, so it's like whatever. But yeah, that was it was kind of cute, but it was like whatever. And he went right before he leaves middle of the movie. He like
He says
he's nicked some food from like a packet of biscuits or something.
it's
from
literally
Mando.
it's literally a macaroon. Like
Yeah.
it's not even like a space macaroon. It's just a macaroon.
Yeah, it's like crunchy.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, I nicked these. He has one. Then he gives the rest to Grogu, and Mando goes, oh, maybe
Don't spoil dinner.
we'll have the rest after dinner. So he pops it in his pocket, and then after that, Mando gets like
Kidnapped.
So he has that in his pocket. So he uses that to save the little
One of the little Babu Fricks.
yeah, saves one of them from being a chew toy of a dog, because he throws it for the dog, whatever. And it's set up and payoff that actually works, so I'll give it that credit. But it was like there's a lot of food in this movie.
There is. So Grogu is basically Rao's Erator, isn't he? Where Erator is like 38 but acts like a brooding teen. I don't know because I did not watch Mandalorian season 2 or 3, so I have no clue how Grogu is supposed to act or whatever.
I feel like there's a small. It feels like people that sort of understand children, but not really. I didn't for most of the movie. I was convinced I was like these people have never met a child and seen an adult interact with a child. At least I think they understand how children act towards adults because Grogu taking care of Mando was very sweet, but like up until that point, it was just like, do you know how to parent? Not really, do you?
Don't know how to parent after 3 seasons of a fucking TV show. You'd think he'd learn something.
I know. Well, meta.
Yeah.
But like directing this at like the fucking writers and directors.
Grogu as a secondary protagonist was a mistake. I actually agree with that because like you know what would have made a Mandalorian a better show and probably much more interesting if it truly was like a Monster of the Week show where he rolls into town, he kills the monster of the week, and he collects the bounty on it. Grogu being a secondary protagonist brought the Jedi factor in again.
Well, I think the other thing I would say is that if you're going to have Grogu, making this an action-packed constant movie, unless you're being really thoughtful in how to tell the story, is just feeling like you're doing child endangerment all of the time.
Can I say something? I want to say something.
Yeah.
That whole scene with the seatbelt, right? If you recall, they were doing dives and everything. Like, they were doing a full-on fucking dogfight when he was not locked in. Grogu should have been bouncing around like a fucking pinball in that cockpit. He should have been a smear on the windshield.
Yeah, it was stupid.
But that's not even the dumbest thing. I gotta check my notes real quick because I want to move on to a different note I had when I was looking at this.
Well, real quick while you're checking, because to finish off what we were just saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you're telling like, I mean, I know we've done a million stories like this at this point, but Star Wars is Logan basically. You could have a little bit more of a low key story, where you could have a more interesting thing going on with him and Grogu, and you can build something a little bit better that's still in this world, but just less like, oh, the child is about to die at all moments because he's sitting on the guy's shoulder all of the time.
Yeah.
But and I love a parental storytelling thing, but they didn't have room for it, and it's like it drove me a bit fucking mental. Like, look, and this is me going, right? If you did a movie just about Grogu and what Grogu does in this world and going on a wacky adventure, I'd watch the fuck out of it because it'd be great. But it wouldn't be bounty hunting, would it? It would be cute little thing getting in trouble, like like
it would be a shenanigans movie.
Exactly. I want a shenanigans movie. I don't want serious fucking business, but like a little puppet is jumping around because they're trying to do the little puppet thing with this.
Truth be told, the puppetry in this movie was actually really good.
Yeah, they're trying to do the Jim Henson thing, and they're bringing that back, and it's really fun. There's a lot of like stop motion and stuff, and it felt like a bit more goofy. Star Wars not not really enough.
Not yeah.
But like there was parts of that, and I was like, those were the parts that I enjoyed, like the goofy Star Wars stuff, and you can do something fun with that. But like, but it's like trying to be goofy Star Wars and also dark and gritty, and it's like, can you just choose one? Jesus Christ! Unless
Yeah.
you're doing like Dark Crystal vibes, Jim
Yeah,
Henson.
yeah, okay,
But like,
fucking
you know,
there okay, what was it? The oh god, there was something in there. Oh, the Babu Fricks looked like they like rejected Dark Crystal designs.
yeah, which I kind of liked them for that reason.
Yeah.
I love me some Dark Crystal, but
Um okay. Okay, so I'm looking at my notes right now, and there's a bunch of problems. So, if you guys don't know this, the US government has something called the Deck of 52, which is like if for foreign agencies, this is how, or foreign actors, this is how they mark their leaders. It's literally a deck of 52 cards. Um Sigourney Weaver gives Mando one of like the ace of spades, and I turned to Becca and I go, are there like you like regular cards in the Star Wars universe? I thought they played Pazak, or they played oh my god, what's that other one? The one that is in Solo. That's not Pazak. That is oh come on, I know one of you know it. What is it called? Gwent. No, it's not Gwent. That's Witcher. Oh my god. Why can't I think of it?
well, it doesn't matter.
No,
Anyway,
it does no, it does matter. It does fucking
okay,
matter.
okay, but there is a that's
Sabak, that's what it's called. Yeah. But Sabak doesn't have suits like this. Like, it doesn't have the suits of cards. So what the fuck? If somebody were to come up to me and say, "Hey, want to play Sabak?" My first thought would be, "What the fuck is that? And why are you talking to me?" Number two, if someone went up to us, Luke Skywalker, and said, "Hey, we got to find the Ace of Spades," what the fuck is a spade? Yeah, but not only that, but Sigourney Weaver also says that, like, hey, unless you can find the Ace of Spades, we don't got anything for you. And I looked at her hand, and there was like a full deck of cards still in there. Also, for some reason, that deck is not the bounty hologram, the bounty hologram for Mandalorian. It's literally like a card.
Yeah, it's a bit random.
Yeah,
There's
it's breaking its own rules.
Well, there's so many things that are just sort of like, oh, we just didn't bother to well build that. We couldn't be asked. Didn't care. Like, and it's like
The markers. Mm. Also, when they're on the New York planet, they go out of their way to explain the salt shortage. You know, like this planet is like has a salt shortage, so salt is worth a lot on this planet. And I'm looking at them, and I'm looking at the sky, and I'm going, "Don't you guys have intergalactic trade?"
Well, my understanding was it was being controlled, like artificially.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
It was not.
That's,
it was not said.
I think that's what they were almost entirely saying. That it was you know, he was like, it was like a corruption thing of like, oh, you know,
I control the salt.
There was something about I can't remember the exact line, but there was something about like, you know, we keep it that way.
The
or
salt.
something,
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Like,
You know what? I think they were too afraid to say spice. I really do. I think for some reason they were too afraid to use spice because Dune is a movie now, like a big movie now. And I am willing to bet that that's why they went with salt instead of spice. Spice would have made far more sense.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. It just was like, it was a bit random. It was like a weird set. It didn't mean anything except that one scene. It was just a bit random.
It didn't even, yeah, it didn't amount to anything.
Yeah, it doesn't actually, yeah. It was like,
actually, you know what? You could have cut that scene entirely and just had him trying to break Rada out of the thing.
Well, the only reason that scene exists was for him to know that Rada's definitely gonna die.
Yeah.
And to prove to him, but it doesn't actually work.
No.
But I guess it's like, it's characterizing Rada? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, I gotta check my other notes because there's other stuff in here. Oh yeah, so there's one part where they have a baby Rodian in like a little baby carriage, and this is after the monsters break out of the gladiatorial pit that they have Rada and Mando fighting in, and Grogu goes into the baby carriage, and then he makes it go Mach 2 in the baby carriage. This thing has the engine of a speeder
I
in
have
it.
a side note. Again, Grogu's ability is very complicated, very inconsistent, because there's literally like he's able to make that go
Mm-hmm.
and go speeding, but he's not able to figure out like he doesn't know anything about running the actual main ship. So how does he know how to make that go
Make a baby
speed?
carriage go
Like
like 200 miles an hour.
like I really don't understand.
I just don't get it. Like, there's so much world building problems in this movie, and like, you know what I was thinking before we saw this movie? I said, "Oh my god, EFAP is so back finally." But I look at this movie now, I'm like, no, they're not. Like, this is a nothing movie. There's nothing here.
It's just ugh.
It's not
Like there are things to talk about, but it's just because it's just like for fuck's sake. Like
for fuck's sake.
did
I'm
you
tired.
did you not try? No, you didn't try, did you?
You had 3 episode script. You couldn't be asked to make 7 more, so you just decided to make a movie. And it is just this movie. Okay, this movie reeks of like we did not know what to do. We did not know where to go with Mando's story. We Hey heck, oh my raid. Wait, hold on. What's going on here? Uh Oh shit! Thanks. Hey, thanks, Hex. I appreciate it. Thank you. Give me a second. I'm adjusting something real quick. Okay, I was just making sure my gain was right. Hey, Hex. Hey, Nick. Thank you, guys. We're doing all right. We're reviewing the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. It's not very good. In fact, it's very mid. Oh my god. What else? Uh, there is a part in the movie where Mando and Grogu just kind of okay, Mando is bit by a dragon snake or something that lives on Nal Hutta. Yeah, no, it's not. And this is the twins hut's equivalent of the Rancor. And it poisons the Mandalorian, so he's out of commission for a while until Grogu finds the Bayou Witch, who's sitting on his rocking chair with his grilled fish, who makes him the antidote to the dragon snake's, to its poison or its venom. And I'm not kidding. This is really a scene in the movie. There is just the old Bayou Witch just sitting on his rocking chair with grilled fish behind him. Grogu is stealing fish from the guy, and he gives the antidote to Grogu to give to the Mandalorian. But the entire sequence is essentially just a callback to the whole thing is just a callback to Empire with Yoda and Dagobah. That's all it is. Like I could have you could have cut it from the movie. Why did they put him in the pit with his armor? They said it was valuable. You are absolutely right. They did. That is a good question. My thought is that they could just collect it from the body later, but even that's wrong because the dragon snake eats the huts. So it's sort of like, oh, okay, there's really no way to recover this body then. Also, there was another part where like he falls into the water and he has trouble swimming, I guess because the armor's weighing him down, so he has to climb the vines to get back up. But later, he can swim just fine with all that armor on. And I'm like, well, which is it? Is it too heavy to swim in or not? Oh my. Actually, I have a question about Mandalorian culture. Specifically the way or the creed or whatever the fuck. Does he get, like, if Mando were just to strip off everything, his dick swinging in the wind, but he doesn't show his face, is that breaking the creed? Does it only matter that they don't see his face?
What did I come back to?
It would actually be mildly interesting to see Mando adapt into an environment without his armor too, by the way. Like I said, no, it's not. It's only the
What if he has a tattoo of his face on his chest?
That yeah. So what if he were to show a picture? I guess that counts. I guess that counts. What if he were to put like what if Grogu were to like draw Mando without his helmet with like a little crayon and put it on the fridge? Would that count?
I don't know.
Mando barely takes his creed seriously in the show. I don't know. So you're telling me so long as he's wearing the helmet, Mando could just going around dick slapping people.
Also, they really didn't use that moment at all. Like, well,
No.
they again, I mean, dialogue ruining the moment. Um, instead of having a moment where he looks and feels, like you absorb how like ashamed he feels because they've taken off the helmet,
Yeah,
and
because
it's an emotional moment. Instead, you have the Hutt explaining in great detail what a terrible and awful, embarrassing thing this is in just like
yeah.
many sentences. Like, shut up. Let us absorb the moment. Use like cinema fucking tography. Like, oh my
And then
god.
they throw him his helmet anyways
Yeah, and then they throw it in there, and then he like takes a moment of not fighting
to grab
to
it.
grab it and put it on. I mean, I guess that's the whole thing, but it's
You know what? You know who would have made a better Mandalorian unironically? Carl Urban. And you know why I know that? Because he was in Dread. He was Dread, and he kept that helmet on the entire movie. He didn't have anything in the contract that said you must see my face. Cuz that's not the point. But not only that, but this was never a rule in The Mandalorian as far as I could tell. Maybe in KOTOR 2 with Mandalore, but it's been a while since I've played that game. Even then, the Creed's a bastardized version of the Mandalore rules, lore and rules. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's not even a real Mandalorian thing. Ah,
it's
Dave was like, "What if the audience forgot how valuable his helmet is for the 17th time?"
I mean, I get that, like, obviously, if you've only seen the movie and not the show, hi. But I knew that, but there's a chance that maybe someone watching doesn't know. But you don't have to explain it in great detail in that moment. What you can do is just have it feel and seem incredibly shameful, and then have like one line of dialogue that's like, you could have like a couple of words of like, and now you are fully a disgrace to your people, or something corny like that. But like, there's line, one line
Yeah,
that's not directly explaining everything, but it's like, oh, it's obviously they took his helmet off, and now it's like, oh, like it just,
your greatest shame.
just something small, but let us absorb the moment rather than talking over it the whole fucking
Oh,
time.
okay. I'm looking at my other notes. Oh, that's right. So there's another part in the movie where the Razor Crest, for some reason, can't reach orbit without like ripping out the control panel or the mother brain of the ship in order to bypass the compressor or some fucking techno babble bullshit.
It's a really stupid
No,
moment.
no,
Yeah.
no, hold on. But the thing that bothers me most about this is that this has not this thing got into orbit easily every other time. There is no reason it can't reach orbit.
Like, I feel like it's supposed to be a laugh, but it's not funny.
I I fucking for poor fucking Steve Bloom. He's playing Zeb again from Rebels, and dude just has nothing to do in this movie. He's just there for comic relief, and then they do away with him, and then they bring him back, and it's just like, okay, why are you here? Why is this glup shitto here?
It's just like,
Actually, you know what? Raptor brings up a good point. Why would the Hutts even explain this to someone who already knows this exposition?
I think the aim is to be like, to like shame him, make you rub it in basically, but like it doesn't. You could rubbed it in without like using random babble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it was just badly written fucking dialogue. That's my bigger problem.
They keep trying to make the giant slug monster a cutie pie. Like, I'm not exaggerating here. They tried to show Rada as like this cute uncle like character, and I'm like, stop trying to make the slug cute. It's not working.
Every time we zoomed in on his massive biceps, I was just thinking, God Emperor of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, and it was scary.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, okay, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? I don't need to see the fucking slug six pack. Come on.
It's just
Um,
like it's just really
you know what was
uncomfortable.
the biggest piece of bullshit in that movie? It's when fucking Grogu uses the Force on Arata and lifts him out of the pit
So that he doesn't get swallowed whole by the
by the snake.
which honestly, really grossest moment of the movie was
Yeah,
this the snake with the big teeth swallowing
the two
the
huts.
hut's whole. Very uncomfortable. Not my favorite.
No, it was actually kind of disturbing. But here's the thing: size matters not. I think even Yoda would go too heavy. This is because he's lifting a whole fucking hut. Could Luke have done that? Could Luke have lifted Jabba up off like more than like 20 feet off the ground? Is that possible?
I don't know.
I I mean, yeah, do or do not, there is no try. But Yoda, look at this fucking thing.
Eh.
It's probably heavier than the X-Wing. It's probably heavier than the Star Destroyer. I just oh, I'm so tired now.
I think if Luke had a Mando friend, he could do if he had a Mando Papa.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh my god.
I can't, let me just make sure I had any other notes. Yeah,
Why am I
they
thinking of a Baby Mario version of Luke hanging out on Mando's shoulder now? That's fucking weird.
oh yeah, one of the ships, like the bounty hunter hunting Mando, is just a straight up UFO. Like it's not even a Star Wars ship, it's a straight up UFO. Um
Oh, good moment.
yeah.
Grogu using his force powers to make puppy not growl at him
Oh
anymore.
yeah, he used like animal husbandry to stop the puppy from eat this space dog from eating him. But good news, by the way, they brought back force healing because that didn't break everything in like episode. That didn't break everything ever.
Thing is, I feel like it wasn't useful. It didn't really make. I mean, I know it was sweet. Like
Yeah, but
the only thing it showed is like obviously Grogu was like desperately trying to heal him, and it didn't really work because he was already poisoned. But it was like I understand why they did the moment, but they didn't really need to. They could have just had him like bandage him up
or put
because
like some healing salve on it or something.
he has to go to the wood witch guy
Yeah, the
anyway,
Bayou Witch
who gives him like the
antidote.
gives him the antidote anyway. So you didn't really need that moment anyway. It was kind of useless.
Yeah,
Uh,
but and again, it's one of those situations where it's like, yeah, this breaks more than it fixes.
yeah, it was just
Even
like
with the poison intact, which by the way, are you telling me the force can't heal poison? That is some bullshit, and I know that because that's in KOTOR 2. That's like level 2 force healing, where it heals you of poison.
yeah, I was gonna say like, and to be fair, that feels like something that makes more sense because if the force is sort of based off like Dune prescience. Dune prescience allows you to like control your body such that you can like turn poison into something else that
Poison into wine, sure.
or turn it into something that's not harmful to your body, you know,
Blood.
like you can control it, you know, like so that kind of makes sense as a force power, but just randomly healing wounds isn't something that you do in not like anything that Star
Yeah.
Wars is inspired by, you know.
Movie stops so Grogu can do cure things. Oh yeah, okay, so after Mando is kidnapped by the Hutts, he goes into this ship, which by the way, this was the ship that Rada was on when he was rescued the first time, and it crashed into Nal Hutta, but now it looks like it's been there for weeks.
Yeah, it's a bit random.
Yeah, it's like covered in vines and everything, and it looks like it's been there for a month, but it's been barely 2 days. Um, but oh yeah, in there he's fighting these lizard men, and all of a sudden he has his weapons back. Remember he had like
Yeah,
a
that was just really
knife. He
random.
had a knife on him, and I'm like, wait, you were fighting droids. Where'd you get the knife from? They had blasters. All right.
If I have to run away again.
All right, we're back. It's such a pain in the ass. Um, But oh, we're on break too. Okay, we're back. Um,
Oh, it's not like I don't know.
we're back. We're back.
Okay.
Anyways, look, I'm just gonna sum this up. Don't go bother seeing this. Ray teleported the red guard's weapon in Mando's hand. That's how he got the knife. Fair enough. Look, I'm gonna sum this up because we're tired and Becca's not feeling good. This was a piece of shit. Like, this is a nothing movie. It's not very good. It has so many problems, and it just wasn't. Well,
Yeah, and in the brief moments that it did do something right, and it
yeah,
was like, you know, made you feel like a vague amount of emotion, it just made you annoyed that the rest of the movie was mid.
yeah,
You know, like
basically. So, long story short, don't go see the movie. Just go see something else. Go see Mortal Kombat 2.
that genuinely was a more functional movie by a long shot.
All right. Well, that covers our review of Mandalorian and Grogu. Just don't go see it. All right, we were on to make this a quick review because we're tired and this sucked.
All right, bye guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming though and listening to us. As no Anto Krigor got it. All right, we're gonna raid out to Chachi. Um, just again, I'm sorry guys, we're tired, but this movie kind of took it out of us. For God's sake. Thank you.
Good.
Thanks again for coming, guys.